Roses. Brought to you by Totally Tan and Spa.
It is War of the Roses on KWB. We get a guy this time wondering, Fallon, whether his wife is cheating.
Yes.
Now, Andy was, before we started recording, we were talking off the air. He's got a cabin. He's got a cabin over in beautiful. It's in Hayward, you said?
Yeah, it's in Hayward, Wisconsin, yeah.
So we call it, it's like a hookup joint.
Is it?
So, yeah, so that's, we are worried that his wife, Sara, is using it for a hookup.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me what's going on with Sara. All of a sudden, she's taking these frequent visits to the cabin. And I don't want to make light out about this because you've got a wife and kids, but you're still suspicious. Andy, tell me what brought this to your attention.
Well, here's the thing. Okay. First of all, I didn't think anything of it until my buddy Michael pointed it out. You know, because what happened with him was his wife started going to their cab by herself, and it turns out she was meeting some guy from Spicer and cheating on him the whole time.
Good God, guys from Spicer are the worst.
Are they? Now I know.
The worst.
Mark that down.
I don't know that.
Okay.
So your friend Michael tells you, hey, you better watch out for Sara. She's going to the cabin in Hayward a lot. You got to be careful that's not happening to you because this is what happened to me.
Okay.
Did Michael's marriage end because his wife was hooking up with this guy?
Well, they're in counseling right now, but it's heading there, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
It's, you know, and it's not pretty, you know what I mean? It's like when you invested this time, and I've been with my wife for a long time, and we got kids and the whole thing, and what really... Here's the thing, okay, about my wife is she's very social. She's a very social person. Like, even during this whole COVID stuff, you know, we're always the ones, you know, to safely host people. We're the ones that do the Zoom games together. We got bonfire nights. You know, she's a people person, always been a people person, okay? It's not like her to just go off and want to, like, you know, be a monk or something, and I want to be in a cabin by myself. That's not her.
Yeah.
It's just very, very unusual behavior.
But that doesn't mean that's such a weird quantum leap to make to figure that she's cheating. That would have never entered your mind had it not been for your friend Michael, who is like, oh, well, here's a worrisome thought.
Yeah, no kidding.
My wife also went to the cabin, was meeting up with somebody from Spicer, and was cheating with him. Wow. I wonder how Michael found out, but that's a whole other story. So is this enough evidence? Because he would have never been suspicious until Michael brought it up. So is it fair to even do War of the Roses on your wife?
Well, here's the thing, okay? It's not... My buddy Michael did bring it up, but here's the thing. I know my wife. I know my wife.
Okay.
She's not the type to go off by herself.
But she's been going off by herself. But that's the thing, is it's weird. It's kind of like if...
Okay, so here's the thing. When I FaceTime her, she doesn't pick up. Like, I will FaceTime her, and she will not pick up.
Maybe, is it sketchy Wi-Fi out by the cabin or something, maybe?
No. It's solid Wi-Fi. It is just a straight-up not answering.
Well, this goes back to... Women will call on War of the Roses and say he's got his phone in his hand all the time, but then when I call him, it always goes to voicemail, or he never texts me back because he was with somebody else at the time.
Does she ignore you all weekend, or is it like she calls you back?
It's pretty much throughout the weekend. I mean, that's the thing, you know, and it's not like one of the, she never has the phone with her. I mean, she's always playing games and doing, you know, whatever, you know, she's doing stuff. So I know she's getting the calls. And so now she's going to the cabin by herself. She wants to be, it's alone time. And number two, she's not even picking up my FaceTime, which is a real 180 here.
I kind of get it, because if my wife, who is pretty social, was like, you know what I want to do? Just want to go out to the cabin, our house in Colorado. We don't have a cabin. We have a house out in Colorado. She's like, yeah, I just want to go out there for a weekend or two or whatever week. I'd be like, what? That's weird. Okay, go. But that's kind of weird. But I go out there.
But that's in your
That's
character.
me, though, because I don't like people, and I don't want to be around them.
Right.
It's hard for me to come and look at Fallon all day.
I don't blame you,
I don't like her. So anyway, we're going to make the phone call. We're going to call your wife. Fallon's going to pretend that you're, taking a survey from the bank or the cable company or something like that.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. They fall for it every time because we promise them an incentive of, like, dinner, usually roses, but this is going to be a dinner.
Yeah, we'll do a safe patio dinner.
Okay. And then we'll see who she chooses to have the dinner with. If we can get that out of her, then we'll have an idea of whether she is seeing somebody else. But let me tell you, if it's a guy from Spicer,
Look out.
He might not want to come all the way down here.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just keep... Here's what we should do.
I'm not going to say a place.
No, just keep prying at her. Oh, really? Who's that? Oh, that sounds great. So she names another guy.
Well, I'm just going to start off by not saying where either.
Yeah.
I'm going to say a nice patio dinner.
Okay. And then see if you can pry out of her like a little bit more information. Because what I always like to do, Fallon, is as soon as it gets good, I jump in and blow the whole bid.
I love
Now, you know, that's what I'm known for on War of the Roses.
So excited. You're like the kid who opens their presents the night before Christmas, tries to put the tape back on, but it's like the parents are like, hello, we know what you did, you little... Yeah.
What about your partner? Does she or he go to the cabin and hook up? Or did you find out that maybe your friend was cheating on her husband? But I know a story about this one, and I can't give too many details. But I've told you a little bit about it. But people have used the cabin to hook up before. What's your experience? Did you do this? Did your parents do this? Did your dad cheat on your mom at the cabin? Did your brother cheat on his whatever? Cabins are a nice little hookup pad, Fallon. And when you're talking about getting a cabin, I'd keep an eye on that Jake fella.
Oh, I will be.
Seriously?
I'll have a monitor on him. I'm going to put like a little monitor on it, like a baby monitor. I'm going to attach it to his body.
All right. We'll be back to make the phone call in a second. Call me, though, and let me know what you think at 651-989-KDWB or text me your thoughts on War of the Roses to KDWB1. That's our short code, 53921. Love to hear from you. And then a lot of people are saying, yep, Spicer is nothing but trouble. So what happened on War of the Roses is his wife is going up to the cabin and spending time alone, and he never really thought anything about it till his friend Michael said, yeah, my wife was going to the cabin, hooking up with some guy from Spicer, and then I found out, and now they're like good counseling. So a lot of text messages on cabin cheating.
Many. This one says, my mom's ex went to the cabin alone a bunch. Turns out not so alone. He went with his boyfriend.
Uh-oh.
This one says, she totally is. I have a neighbor up near our cabin that does the same thing. He has several different cars there, each time a different guy. I want to tell the husband, but struggle with should I? We're neighbors, not friends. This one says, my grandpa cheated on my grandma at the cabin, and my uncle walked in on them. I remember when my grandma found out, she told me that the woman wasn't even cute and had an old lady perm.
Okay.
So a lot of people are saying yes, it definitely goes down.
Well, here's one more that we'll get right to it. Our area by our cabin were all used by doctors bringing their mistresses. One cabin by us now owned by a former mistress turned longtime wife.
Oh.
Wow, so there's a lot of this going on. All right. Let's get back to War of the Roses. Going to make the phone call and see who she would agree to have dinner with.
We have a gift certificate for a dinner that you can use. Okay. And we definitely are very aware of everything going on. So we did choose a place that has reservations, patio seating. They're practicing the perfect socially distanced rules and protocols. So you don't have to worry about that portion. You just worry about going and having a nice time with someone, okay?
Okay. That sounds amazing.
Yeah. So just for taking the time, we'll set that reservation up for you. We do like to get the name of your guest to place on the reservation in case maybe you're running late or something, they can grab the table. So who would you like to set that up with?
Well, I mean, I'm just going to bring my husband, Andy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What a great Minnesota last name.
No kidding. Perfect.
Seriously. Surprise, Sarah. We just gave you a little test here on KDWB. Yeah, we're on the radio on KDWB. We gave you a little test to see if you would indeed choose your husband, Andy, to go to dinner with, and you passed the test.
Okay, great. Why am I on the radio?
That's a great question. That's such a great question. Well, Andy is on the phone too, and this went really well, but sometimes people don't pass the test, and that's when it gets really kind of dicey. Andy,
what's going on?
Andy, I'll try to explain this, and then Andy can help me out here a little bit. So we do this thing on KDWB. My name's Dave, and that's Fallon. And people will call us and say, I think that my spouse or partner, boyfriend, girlfriend has seen somebody else. So then to get the proof, we call and see who they want to have dinner. So the awkward part of this is that your husband, Andy, was a little suspicious that you might be seeing someone Andy, explain.
What?
Yes. Andy, you have some explaining to do.
You know, first of all, you know, you're going to the cabin all the time. And that's not like you. You know, you're not like to go up by yourself. And also, why aren't you answering my FaceTime?
I'm actually just going up to the cabin to get some alone time.
What?
Like a loan from him, or a loan from the kids, or just a loan from the world, or what?
Well, I mean, mainly the kids. I'm doing all of the childcare, and I'm exhausted, and I just need to, like, recharge.
You're not doing all that. Look, I took the kids to the park.
Yeah, you took them one time. Once.
How many times? Wait a second. How many times does he need to take the kids to the park? I say once is enough.
Oh my gosh.
No, so let's be serious about this one. So you admit that you're going to the cabin because you really, I mean, you're kind of honest. You really just wanted your alone time. Is that? I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm not trying to explain for you, but how do you feel when he FaceTimes you? Is it also like, God, get off my back, leave me alone?
Well, I mean, I'm going to the cabin to get away. I shouldn't have to be answering FaceTimes every 5 seconds. I just want to chill and read.
Can you imagine, though, if Jake said, if you told Jake, you know what, I just want some peace and quiet, I want to read, and then every 5 minutes he's like, look at this funny video on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this funny video I saw.
That I do know, but it's the opposite. It's Jake looking for alone time. I'm like, I'm bored. What are you doing? You want to hang out?
You're the needy one.
Oh, duh. I'm
So let's go back in time here a little bit. So when you've gone to the cabin, Andy was worried because he says you're normally a very social person, but you've been going to the cabin more. You just have felt the stress of everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And you're like, I want to get the F out of town for a couple of days and let Andy watch the kids. And I'm going to go off and read or take a walk or do whatever.
Yeah, and nobody's saying, Mom, Mom, Mom.
I don't blame you.
Andy's not asking me where everything is every 5 seconds.
So why was that so hard for you to figure out, Andy? I mean, that seems to me like it'd be a pretty natural thing. Oh, she just wants to get away for a while.
Well, because she just never told me. I don't know. And also, you remember what happened to Michael, babe, and their situation. And I just was concerned because, listen, if you would have picked up one FaceTime and just told me, like, hey, I need some space, you know, I could fine.
I feel like her going to the
cabin
was the hint that she needed some space. You know?
Well, you know, cabins are used for other reasons besides getting space. You know, I mean, you can take a walk, you can do other things. You know, to go to a cabin for a whole weekend by yourself, and if you're so social, it's like, I mean, give me a break. You know what I mean? So I just...
Andy, I don't want to hurt you. Like, I'm so sorry that your brain went to this place, but you just need to, like, take care of the kids a little bit, and then I can clear my head. That's it.
It's no problem. Look, I'll start babysitting the kids.
It's not babysitting. It's parenting. They're your kids.
That was Dave Ryan's War of the Roses on 101.3 KDWB.
We like to call that episode the Stabbin' Cabin. So,
do we?
Yeah, we're gonna. This is what I want you to do. I want you to tell me your cheating story, or somebody you know who was cheating. No names, please. On Twitter, hashtag Stabbin', no G, Stabbin' Cabin. And then let us know about that Stabbin' Cabin. Hey, to get a little of perspective on this one, Legal Eagle on the phone right now from Fogel Family Law, attorney at law, Jonathan Fogel. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Good. What'd you think of when Andy said the word babysitting?
Oh, man, I'll tell you something. First of all, as a father, it was offensive. But as a family law attorney, that is not something you want to use as describing taking care of your kids in front of a judge, that you're babysitting them.
Yeah,
that is not a good idea. I see this a lot, though, that and usually fathers, they come in and they talk about they want 50-50 parenting time when they're getting divorced. And I say, okay, well, tell me, what have you done? How involved have you been? And they don't really have much to tell me. They're busy. They're not taking care of the kids. Some of them, they don't even know the teacher's name for their kids.
So you deal with a father, usually the father, who wants 50-50 custody, and usually sometimes they want it because the more custody they have, the less child support they have to pay?
That's right. So the way it works is if you have more parenting time, you pay less child support.
So that's why people will
come in.
I'm sorry. So then you give them a little quiz, like teacher's name, pediatrician's name, friend's name, and the dad gives you a blank stare.
That's right.
Oh.
And I think you're probably not going to end up with 50-50 parenting time. And so what I tell people is, look, if and I try to do this as a preparation, right, is if you want to end up with 50-50 parenting time, if you're going to get a divorce, then be more involved with your kids during the time that you're married.
I was going to ask, you hear often people are like, the mom will just by default get it because she's the mom. So what if they're both equally invested? Do you find that more often than not, it's still the majority goes to the mom?
It's changing. I've been doing this for 25 years, and when I first started practicing in this area, it was the mom would get the custody the majority of the time. But things are changing quite a bit, and we're seeing more and more equal parenting time awards from judges when people are equally involved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I do think that dads are a lot better now in the last 10 or 20 years about being more involved and not just saying, your mom will handle it.
As a dad, Jonathan, I know you're a dad too, so aside from being an attorney, he's a dad too.
Yeah.
One of the best joys in life, dads, if you're listening, is spending time with your kids, because next thing you know, they're 12 years old and they don't want to spend as much time with you. So take your kids fishing when they want to go. Take your kids on a canoe trip down the St. Croix when they want to go with you. Because at 12 years old, you start trying to do it then, they'll be like, I got plans, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to have anything to do with you then. My kids are in college now, and the greatest thing ever is that because I spend so much time with them then, they really want to spend time with me now, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
That is so great. This is family law attorney Jonathan Fogel, our legal eagle. Remember, you don't want to walk into the courtroom and look on the other side of the courtroom and your soon-to-be ex is represented by Jonathan Fogel.
Yeah.
Snap him up first. Find him on fogelfamilylaw.com, Fogel familylaw.com, or you can call Jonathan. He's not doing anything. He's sitting around with a cup of coffee and a donut right now, calling for some advice.
Every morning.
Every morning. What's your phone number, Jonathan?
Yeah, it's 612-822-6244.
Okay. Thank you, Jonathan. We'll talk to you next week on War of the Roses. Have a good weekend, okay?
You too. Bye now.